Hey guys, today we're doing this beautiful glitter cut crease. If you want to stay tuned, you can see how we're going to achieve this look. See you in a minute. First, just going in with my Tartelette in Bloom palette. This is the shade Flower Child. And we're just going to use that as a transition shade. I'm just fluffing that all up into the crease. And I'm really not worried if that gets on the lid because that'll just kind of act as a transition there too. Really working that in. You can be as messy as you want here. Going over to the next shade now, this is Smarty Pants. On that same brush wiped off, I'm just going to add that sort of in the same area, just in windshield wiper motions, going back and forth, just kind of blending that into the first shade. And just kind of take your time with this until you get a nice soft blend. I'm just going in with another brush here and blending it a little bit more at the edges just to make it look a little bit softer. This is optional if you've already gotten the job done with one brush. But if you're like me and you need to clean it up a little bit more because I think I went in with a bit too much product on this eye, I'm just cleaning it up a bit. Now we're going into the ABH palette. This is Burnt Orange, the Modern Renaissance palette. On a very small brush here, this is kind of a rounded pencil brush, and I'm just going to put that right into my socket. I have kind of deep set eyes, so my socket is very defined. You can kind of put this wherever you want, depending on your eye shape. And this is going to look a little bit messy right now. I just want to place it first, and then blend it out after. So here I am, I'm just taking that brush from the Modern Renaissance palette and I'm just going to blend over the edges of the burnt orange color we just placed. And that's just going to make it less harsh. I'm going into the shade Realgar now. This is a deeper orange. Just kind of creating that gradient in the socket area there. You can see that that's just a much darker orange than burnt orange. It's a very fall themed look here. Pumpkin spice latte! John Oliver reference. For all my nerds out there. I love you. And I'm just putting that sort of in the same area as burnt orange, but then I'm also going to take it and kind of stamp that out on the outer corner. You want to start with the most pigmentation at the outer corner and then kind of work towards the inner corner, if that makes sense. Start where you want the most pigment and then work outwards. And then just doing the same thing as I have done before, just blending that out so that it doesn't look so crazy, because I don't want to have crazy eyes. But that's just me. Now I'm going into the darkest shade in the palette, Cypress Umber, which is a rich brown, kind of a chocolate brown. And I'm still going to be using that rounded pencil brush and kind of going just along the very outer edge of my eye here. Just kind of stamping on that color just to deepen out the very outermost corner. And I am going to be taking that up a little bit into the crease just to create that last bit of depth and not make the eye super duper orange. So now I'm going to give my dad out in the yard a very funny look and blend out my eyeshadow, because yes, he was out in the yard and he was giving me a weird look like, what the hell are you doing sitting up in front of the window? Well, I'm filming a video. Yes, Dad, I am. And he was blaring music. That's why I'm doing a voiceover. Now we're going into one of the shimmer shades in the palette. This is Primavera. It's a nice golden shade. Just taking that on one of my fingers, and I'm going to start from the inner corner and work towards the matte shades in the outer corner. And just kind of packing that all on with my finger, kind of patting it and then spreading it around if I need to. And just dabbing a little bit of that on the tear duct with my pinky finger as well. I'm going back in with burnt orange on that rounded pencil brush, and this time taking it along the lower lash line, just kind of connecting it into that outer corner. And you can make this as smoky as you want. I didn't make it too smoky, but it's up to you. So for the glitter, this is the Stila Magnificent Metals. Checking to make sure I'm holding it up the right way. Magnificent Metals Glitter and Glow Eyeshadow in Diamond Dust. This is a clear silver glitter. I'm just taking that on a very small brush. Find the thinnest brush you have for this if you own one. I'm just taking that up to my natural crease, so kind of that socket area again, and just drawing a thin line. Now I kind of messed this up. The first time I did this several weeks back, I used less product and I put too much on this time, so the line isn't as thin and precise as I could have made it. But I mean, mistakes happen, right? It still looks pretty good. So just kind of follow the natural line here, kind of the natural curve of your eye. And you can go out as far as you want on the outer corner and the inner corner for this. So I went off camera, put a bunch of mascara on, and this is what the eyes are looking like now. Time to put some stuff on my cheeks. So I'm just putting on a little bit of the NYX HD Blush in Amber because I figure it's a warm tone, it'll go with the warm eyes. And you know me, I kind of like to start towards the mid part of my cheek and work towards the back, just because I do have that scar on my right cheek. I don't like to emphasize that. Now for my lip color. This is the Nudestix Intense Matte Lip Pencil in Raven. I was wearing kind of a berry toned sweater, so I thought a berry toned lip would work well with this. I'm sorry that this is kind of cut off. I forgot to angle my camera back down after doing my eyes, but you'll kind of see it at the end. And this is the finished look. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.